This world is not what you think it is. This world is not what you think it is.
But this is a NASA technical manual. MIT, the Army Research Laboratory, flying over a flat, non-rotating Earth. Flat Earth with a flat Earth assumption. Non-rotating flat Earth. A flat, non-rotating Earth may be assumed. A flat and non-rotating, assuming a flat Earth. Flat, non-rotating Earth. A non-rotating Earth. Flat, non-rotating Earth. Validity of flat Earth based on a flat Earth assumption for a flat Earth and a flat atmosphere. Flat, non-rotating Earth. The flat Earth model. Propagation of electromagnetic fields over flat Earth. Ballistic vehicle motion. A closed-form solution is developed for the motion of a ballistic vehicle entering the atmosphere over a flat, non-rotating Earth. The assumption of these equations assume a flat Earth.
In 18 months, you're going to be an open flat earther.
In 18 months? Will it be cool then? I'm only going to do it if it's cool.
Oh, dude, flat Earth chicks love to get weird.
You know this from experience?
Don't ever do.
I was walking through the hallway here before airtime, and I couldn't help but stop the two in-studio guests. They were actually supposed to be gone, probably at dinner or something fun. And I said, no, you got to come on air with me. So now here they are, Sam Tripoli, Eddie Bravo. You guys are on a comedy tour right now, Tinfoil Comedy.
Tinfoil Hat Comedy, yeah.
And it's been a great tour for you guys. You got a couple events here, so you were brave enough to come into the Infowars studios. So welcome.
I'm all about the action, dog, you know? I'll
Listen.
talk to anybody. I like Infowars. I'll go anywhere and talk. I like talking.
Nobody could tell that by the Alex Jones show today. Nobody it's actually tough for someone to get more airtime than Alex Jones, but you might have actually accomplished that. But we barely heard from Eddie, so I got to hear something.
This whole time. I'm just
No. I like that. I like.
No.
As long as I agree with what's being said, I don't care if it's coming out of someone else's mouth. I'm like, it's the message. It's not the messenger.
Well, there's so much to get to. You guys obviously have a lot of content that you cover on your podcast that would be considered outside of the box.
Yeah, his podcast is Tinfoil Hat Podcast. I'm a guest sometimes. I'm like a regular.
You're kind of just float around. You never really know where you might find Eddie Bravo.
I stopped doing my.
You're
podcast.
a nomad.
I stopped doing my podcast. I deleted all the episodes. I'm like,
because you were afraid of the mob coming after you for something you said.
That and also I don't want to be a host of anything. I don't want to be a leader of any movement. I don't want to be out there like what Alex Jones does and what you do. Man, that's a lot of work, man. A lot of stress. I realize after doing like 60 some podcasts.
Well, and you got a family, you got kids. You don't want to deal with it anymore.
Yeah, I got a jiu-jitsu association that I'm running, and and I sprinkle in comedy every now and then. You know what I mean? You know, I still produce music every now and then on my own time. Everything's on my own time. I'm not doing comedy like a real comedian. A real comedian goes out every night and is fucking grinding.
Man, he can't stop cursing. Can you notice this? This guy, he doesn't even know it.
Podcasts all the time.
Right. So
you're allowed to go.
Did you guys dump that? You, Eddie, in studio, and Sam, this is an opportunity for us to go even further outside the box. Like you say, issues like flat Earth. Now, I've always said I'm open-minded whenever we talk about this. I'm not a flat earther.
But you're not married to the ball, right?
No. In fact, I'm willing to admit that whatever math that we have for the current size and shape of the Earth has been proven wrong. I mean, it's been proven wrong. You can't deny it. That's just, in my opinion, a fact. Now, has the Earth been proven to be flat? No, I don't think you can say that either.
No.
I just think that there are certain things you can look at and say, well, maybe the size or the shape has not been discovered yet.
They say 70% of Earth is water, right? And water always finds its level.
But let me ask you this, right? So that's one thing, like, and then they've never been able to recreate the whole centrifugal force holding in. I don't want to get into all the ins and outs of it.
Damn, you know a lot. Look at you.
I've been down every rabbit hole.
Me and Owen, a couple years ago,
It'll mess you up.
I was trying to. The last time I was on the show, we got into a big flat Earth debate, and he was like nowhere near.
That all got banned. All of that. It was hours of content. That's all banned now.
How crazy is that? Right?
I know, right?
How crazy.
Why are they banning it?
Well, flat earthers get banned on YouTube, so I feel like that's kinship with me. I get banned for my politics.
If you look at the list of things they want banned, and you go, well, if these are things that we're all mutually agreed upon, and these videos say they're not real, why are you afraid of discussing it? If they're so real and beyond a doubt, why are you afraid to discuss it? What do you think's going to happen? If it's real, and these people are watching the videos, they should come to the conclusion that it's all garbage too. There's more going on. When you study history and this dark art stuff, you realize that this long con has happened for a very long time to teach everybody what is up is down, and it's not.
Well, here's what I've learned from working at Infowars for over 3 years now, and really just being, quite frankly, obsessed, perhaps at a psychotic level with this news and information, is I'm able to identify propaganda like a nose on a person's face.
It's like your gaydar. You know the guy when you say,
okay, well, let's call it that. Here's a perfect example, though. I saw this story today, and it's the #1 story. It's going viral on Twitter with this hashtag, and once you read the hashtag, you realize what it is. But Trump's communications with foreign leader are part of a whistleblower complaint that spurred standoff between spy chief and Congress. The real story is Trump's being spied on every day. Now they're trying to blackmail him with the illegal spying. But they roll it out like, oh, we caught Trump maybe committing treason. We don't know with who. We don't know who gave us the information, but it could be. We're spying on him all the time. But the response is, oh my gosh, we finally got the thing to bring down Trump. So to me, that's like, I can spot that a mile away. The reason why I say this, they just did a Flat Earth special on Netflix. I think it was maybe Beyond the Curve, I think is what it's called.
It's a hit piece.
And so I watched that. And again, I'm not a flat earther. I'm just a guy that is obsessed with learning every angle of every issue. So I've been down the flat earth rabbit trail. And I watched that documentary. I said, this is not what flat earthers are. None of this. There's a couple things in there that I think go into the flat earth movement, the real one. But overall, so I'm right to think that was basically just a hit piece against flat earthers.
Yeah, that's
total propaganda.
Total propaganda.
The guys that they put in that documentary, I'd never even heard of. And they say leaders of the flat earth.
Yeah. They didn't put Eric Dubé in that, you know what I mean?
No.
They didn't put Nathan Thompson in there. They didn't put Rob Skiba in there.
So do you think he's crazy as a flat earther?
Nope. Here's the thing about Eddie. When I go, me and Eddie, we agree on 95% of the stuff. So I go, the 5% is stuff that I just haven't looked into that much. So I go, if we agree on all this stuff that nobody else probably agrees on, what's going on with the flat earth? It's not my focus. I just really love geopolitical.
There's a lot of closet flat earthers out there that don't want to admit it publicly because they feel it's going to discredit all the hard work that they put into like either 9/11 or whatever.
Oh, I see
whatever
what you're saying.
experts say.
Yeah.
I know, you know how I know this? Because they tell me this personally. I had people that when I used to do my podcast, I can't say.
All right, we got to take a break. We got to take. Welcome back to the Infowars.com War Room, brought to you by InfowarsStore.com. Eddie Bravo, Sam Tripoli in studio. I like it when I have multiple guests in studio because it goes back to the old talk show format. Instead of me up here reading news, droning on, hearing myself talk, I'm sure the crew gets sick of it. We get to hear from some other people, and it's just, it's like just some guys sitting down for a steak, sitting down for a beer, thinking about what everyone else is talking about and thinking about. But you don't see it on TV because it's too taboo. No, you don't believe any of this, actually, do you, Eddie?
Believe what?
That there's UFOs or aliens or anything else?
I have a tattoo on my left arm. It's my first one, a gigantic alien. So I was balls deep in the UFO community. It used to be that if you were a conspiracy theorist, you believed that the government was covering up UFOs.
That was like the big one.
That was your conspiracy. That's what a conspiracy theorist was. But now it's not anymore. Now we've learned. If you pay attention, you learn that shit. They were protecting.
Can't stop cursing.
Oh.
It wasn't an F-bomb, though.
Dude,
so I don't know what the rules were.
Ratings.
I don't know what the rules were.
Isn't that the rules of radio? Beeps get your ratings. And then we'll have a Mexican chick in here shanking you.
Look at Bob Lazar.
What do you think of Bob Lazar?
He's alive, first of all. He's got a documentary on Netflix. That's what's up with Netflix. You know that.
But Netflix used to have In Plain Sight, 9/11 documentaries, the Zeitgeist. I mean, they had some good stuff on there.
What happened?
Once you get big, they buy it out and look at Vice.
They are all gone.
Is Netflix like Silicon Valley?
No, I'm not disagreeing. I'm just pointing stuff out.
No, I'm just telling. Okay, he's still alive. he has a Netflix documentary. He was on Joe Rogan's podcast, and then he's on Larry King's podcast. You think that shit's legit? Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh my gosh.
Whoa.
There's a original Bob Lazar
okay,
right
I
there.
believe now.
So
We converted Eddie.
I believe it. I don't know why, but I do.
man, he can't draw at all, can he?
That's it's a nice blueprint.
When do you do this? 5th grade?
Looks like a German saucer.
Right out of Nazi Germany.
Yeah.
They were building UFOs, but back.
So then what? Okay.
No,
But then,
so back then, when I was into the UFO community, when you would see pictures and documents about the Nazis building UFOs that look just like that, we looked at that, and I looked at that as proof, more evidence that UFOs really existed. Because in order for the Nazis to build these things, they must have found a crashed UFO and reverse engineered it. So that was proof. But now I look back at it and I'm like, oh, now I know what they were doing. They were trying to scare their people into thinking that they're being attacked by aliens, so that the people, who's going to protect the people? The government.
Yeah, but
when the
Eddie,
aliens
what
come
about-
down,
I've
who are you going to go to?
I've seen the
You're going to the
astronauts in
military.
space. They're floating.
You got me, dude.
I've seen it.
All right, you won. You won.
You won.
No, you can't do that. I know you think I'm BSing you right now.
Hey, man,
Man, I can't believe you beat Eddie Bravo. You're like the Eddie Bravo
I'm
killer.
stumped.
We've already been down this road too many times over a
I'm gonna send you-
50-ounce steak.
I sent you the video of the Rob Skiba video where he goes through all these declassified documents from NASA and CIA and U.S. military, and these are documents
Like the original Project Bluebeam stuff?
no had nothing to do with
No, I mean, it's the same thing. It's like make something up and then make it the big story.
no. These documents had nothing to do with flat Earth or space or the moon or anything in space or stars, but they're NASA documents, declassified. And Rob Skiba, he's a very well-known flat Earth researcher. He's like right up there with Eric Dubé, except Rob Skiba's into the Bible as well, and Eric Dubé isn't. But they're both pretty popular. So Rob Skiba's got this video. Go to his channel, and he's on NASA.gov going through these declassified documents of documents and testing of calculating the motion of missiles and high altitude aircraft. Like this, it was all about calculating whether you're talking about trajectory or speed or interceptions of missiles and high altitude aircraft. Had nothing to do with space. Nothing. It was all about calculating the motion of high altitude aircraft, military aircraft, and missiles. And all these documents, and there's a bunch of them, and Rob Skiba goes through all of them. And he's on their website and goes, look, in order to calculate the motion of any of these aircraft, you have to, the first assumption is you have to assume that we live on a flat, non-rotating Earth. Flat, non-rotating Earth. Over and over and over. It has nothing to do with space. And in order to get the numbers right in these calculations, in these computations, you have to assume that we live on the craziest conspiracy theory ever. A flat, non-rotating Earth.
But like you said, that's actually out of the Bible and out of most ancient history.
No, but
most religions claim the earth is flat.
Yeah,
or
what happened to the
a plane.
Coriolis effect?
Can I tell Joe?
Hold on.
Yeah,
What
okay,
happened to the Coriolis effect? Like, snipers have to calculate the spin and the rotation of the Earth to hit their targets, at a certain distance.
See, I kind of just like being the devil's advocate in this thing because I can play it off both ways. Like, I can make people that believe in the ball earth drop their jaw, and then I can drive flat earthers like Eddie crazy just by asking the right questions because I know.
Ask me the right question.
Aha! Touche.
No,
Can I
explain
tell
that though.
Joe?
Like if there's
on.
documents, there's
Like the
a
NASA
bunch
thing.
of them,
Like the
bunch
NASA
of them.
thing. No, let's get a joke in.
Okay, here's my joke. A Satanist, a Nazi, a Scientologist, and a pedophile walk into a bar. What do? Invent NASA.
That's good.
It's a good joke.
Well, yeah, Operation Paperclip. A lot of
Oh
people
yeah,
don't know
dude,
about
that's
that.
who invented NASA. I mean, when you think about who they are and what they represent, you got, and that, we were kind of talking off air about like all these people play ball. They're insanely rich. Now let's take a look at Scientology and Disney. I mean, they're insanely rich. If you're in on the game, they take care of you so you never turn on the game.
Like here's because again, I'm just open-minded to this stuff, and I'm naturally inquisitive. And until I see something with my own eyes, I really have some doubt, no matter what the case is. But like for example, one thing, because I have friends that are flat earthers, I love talking to them, and like one example of a thing that'll drop a ball earther, round earther's jaw. They just can't wrap their mind around it. No pun intended. You say, how come if the Earth is rotating, right? How come the flight from New York to LA takes the same time both ways? If the Earth is rotating, it should be different going one direction, right?
Or how come your plane is never like flying like this?
Yeah, how come you're not nose dipping the whole time?
Yeah, the whole time.
You just go right into space.
Owen's done his homework.
I've done my homework on everything, man. I'm telling you. It's psychosis level.
In 18 months, you're going to be an open flat earther.
In 18 months? Will it be cool then? I'm only going to do it if it's cool.
Oh, dude, flat earth chicks love to get weird.
No.
This from experience?
Don't ever admit that you're a flat earther.
Oh, I've heard horror stories. I have a friend who's literally, his mind is so blown by flat earth, he'll bring it up first date. It's like 8 girls dump him.
Not on the first date. You can't even bring up.
That's what I told him. I'm like, dude, don't even hear that.
On a first date, don't even bring up anything about YouTube or nothing. Not the first date.
What's YouTube? I've never even heard of it.
Before, yeah.
I just study science books. I don't know what you're talking about. All right, we'll be right back.
Do you believe Elon Musk actually launched a car into space? That's a no.
Again, I'm like, I have to see things with my own eyes because I don't know. Maybe it could be. It could also be CGI. I don't know.
Did you believe in nuclear weapons?
Gun to your head.
I've seen the footage.
Gun to your head.
Gun to my head?
Gun to your head. You have to make the choice right now.
I'd say it's real.
Oh shit.
Man.
Gun to my head, I'd say it's real.
How about nuclear weapons? You think those are real?
Well,
Have you seen any?
No.
There have been videos. I mean, they release videos of
what?
They claim
Of
they're
what?
nuclear bombs.
Of
but I don't know.
bombers being knocked out?
I guess they could be hydrogen bombs.
Yeah.
Or there could just be CGI too. Like you don't, okay, so Eddie, you don't think anything from space is real. I mean, you think it's all CGI.
Well, gentlemen,
No,
I want to get back to this.
what I
want to get
believe
back to this
is we
for a
don't-
moment.
Hold on, they can hear you. Hold on, go ahead, Alex.
Here comes Alex.
Well, no, it's just this. I don't get mad that Eddie thinks the world is flat, okay?
He knows the world is flat, Alex. He knows it.
there? Is that a shake weight?
What?
You got a shake weight?
Hey, you ought to use that on your next stand-up.
What is that?
Shake weights. You remember those things that they were?
What was I doing? Oh, it's a shake weight. No, but let's
Need
get
some
serious
cat
real quick. God, man, I've gotten old like Walter from Big Lebowski. hey, seriously though, it's okay to think different things than other people. It's okay to have debates and discussions. It's okay to question mass shootings. It's okay to believe whatever we want, especially we've been lied to so much. That's very healthy. It's extremely healthy, and I think it's a good thing.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
That's why Infowars is so important. That's why what you guys are so important is that we're questioning the establishment, and more it's being proven they're a bunch of damn liars. Like today on my show, they're admitting geoengineering exactly as we said. It's all just out in the open now. It's just crazy. But Facebook is blocking people, women at shooting ranges now, saying that's part of a terror group. That's on Infowars.com. This is official. So first it was banning my name a few months ago in positive use. Now it's the NRA. And you were saying, we were having lunch, damn, they're pushing too far. There's going to be some backlash. Yeah, I'm waiting for it. Instead, Trump's like, oh, yeah, let's see what red flags you want, you know, because Beto wants them all. Now people won't do something reasonable. Well, I know people say, well, Trump's doing rhetoric. I understand that. I don't think we agree with their rhetoric and then watch them act like idiots and ask for all the guns. We say, no, it's the drugs that these people are on that are causing this. The drug inserts admit that. So I think we go on the offense exposing their asses instead of putting up with it.
Well, also, there's also the four men in black military fatigue that's seen in every single one of these events that nobody ever wants to talk about. That every witness.
And that's what I'm getting sued about. I was in the Sandy Hook lawsuit here in Texas, and the guy, the deposition's online, and he goes, you know, you made that up, that there was a man in the woods. And I'm like, and then everybody went online and looked up all the newscasts and video of the guy in SWAT gear.
His mainstream media was reporting that.
But they're literally saying I made that up. And all I'm saying is, yeah, I questioned it because some things are real, some aren't, like babies in incubators to give us the Iraq war. That was an actress in Congress. No babies were thrown out. They admit that. They admit all that stuff. So all I'm saying is, yeah, man, I get where I don't believe any of this crap anymore. It's like mass psychosis. But the people that believe all the stuff they're told are really crazy. I didn't say I have psychosis. I said it's a mass psychosis when you don't know what the hell's real anymore because they lie so much.
Yeah, it's kind of like, you know, the whole theory, if you go into virtual reality enough, you won't be able to tell the difference
Exactly.
between reality and virtual
That's the
reality.
best.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's creepy.
Exactly.
No, the thing that's so crazy is about all the lying and the people who always buy the lie. But we're the crazy ones. I don't know where this schizophrenia thing came from. It's become this narrative everywhere that if you're a conspiracy theorist, you're schizophrenic. I don't hear voices. I don't hear any of that stuff. I just keep score. That's the difference between us. And
You have a memory. You have a
But
memory.
who acts like a schizophrenic? You're not the one afraid that there's a racist
man,
around
you guys
every
really
corner.
pick it over.
You're not the one that's scared of guns. You're not the one scared of Trump. Like, that's the real paranoid schizophrenia.
Yeah. Yeah.
Come to the moon.
The moon is free.
Visit
Folks, I'm
me.
excited about this shirt.
Visit me on
And we
the
need
moon.
funds. They're trying to shut us down. I don't want to tell you, but we're kind of winning right now. I need some money to run this operation. Thanks for doing it, listeners.
Eddie Bravo is going to actually be the first U.S. ambassador to the moon
Fuck.
as well.
Oh.
Oh, my gosh.
Five.
Sorry.
Five.
Is the Mexican going to get mad at me?
She's already mad.
she's
sharpening
distracted
your
right
knife
now. Yeah, she's getting ready to shank you.
She hey, puto.
Yeah. We're all hoping it happens.
Chingada.
Amazing that. So, but here's what we got. Final segment here. Eddie Bravo, Sam Tripoli.
Yes.
By the way,
He just walks
I'm
in.
not saying I'm pissed at, hey, I'm not saying I'm pissed at Trump. I'm not saying I'm pissed at Trump because I want to get brownie points with the crazy ass left. Because since I've been bitching about Trump about a month or so, just trying to get him to do the right thing, all of a sudden I've been contacted. Hey, this can all stop. Just come out against Trump. Come out against the Second Amendment. And I told those people, piss up a rope. That's not what I'm doing here. But I'm not selling out for Trump either. You understand? Yeah. That's how it works.
well, that's
If anyone ever said to me, piss up a rope, there'd be fighting words going on right there. There'd be a throwdown and there would be a punch. You want to get my face? Piss up a rope, dog.
Exactly. Jump in the lake.
Jump in the lake, piss up a rope.
Fly a kite.
Fly a kite while you piss up your rope. That's what I'm talking. Hey, don't leave me hanging on national.
Hell yeah.
you guys are going to be back on with Alex tomorrow, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, dude, I got more stuff to
Would you quit hogging them, Alex? Quit hogging their intellectual capacity over here. We're trying to make a breakthrough with Eddie. I'm trying to figure out what's going on.
He's
Eddie has so much in his
Eddie's
brain
more
right now. Look at right now. He's like, I will take NASA down with my information, but it's too soon.
I love NASA.
I forgot. You worked for NASA, actually.
Have you heard
love
about the guy who invented NASA's tombstone?
No.
Have you ever tell him that story? That's
The guy who invented NASA's tombstone?
Yeah, tombstone.
The guy who invented it?
Yeah, well, created it.
Oh, you mean the
not
logo?
Invented. Invent is not the right word.
Why?
The guy, you can't invent a tombstone.
No.
Wait, hold up,
someone
hold up.
Invented NASA his tombstone.
Oh, a Warner von Braun's tombstone.
Oh,
you know
okay,
about
the
that.
Nazi.
Psalms 19:1. You know what that is, right?
Is that the one that mentions the flat Earth?
Well, Warner von Braun, the guy who directed the 6 moon missions, all of them, he was the main dude at NASA.
A big astrophysicist.
He's a Nazi. He was Hitler's right-hand man. He was Hitler's rocket man.
In Huntsville, Alabama, you weren't allowed to say that until the 90s.
On his tombstone, and you could look this up, you could Google
Google it.
Warner von Braun tombstone, Psalms 19:1. It's on his tomb. It says names on the tombstone, and then it says Psalms 19:1. And that verse is goes something like,
Are you going to sing it?
the heavens declare the glory of God, and the firmament showeth his handiwork. So he puts on his tombstone, he puts a verse that talks about the firmament.
Here's where I definitely am at. Here's the exact quote.
Which is the dome.
The heavens declare the glory of God, and the firmament showeth his handiwork. Here's what I am, because I think this is the easiest way to explain it, is I'm a creationalist. I believe this was created in intelligent design.
For sure.
110%.
I believe
Could
that.
be aliens.
I believe that.
Whatever. Call God an alien. I mean, it's alien to us.
Well, you know that in the Bible they talk about how the Virgin Mary was abducted by aliens, and they had a sex party up there, and everyone got.
I don't know if
shot.
that's exactly
No, that's
how.
exactly in the Bible.
Everyone got shot?
No, everyone got a shot. I'm trying to keep it Christian for your radio show, and that's why he could walk on water and turn water into wine, because he was an alien, dog. Jesus, the Big J, was an alien. That's why he got alien in him, dog.
That's breaking.
I believe it.
I'll,
He was an
hey,
alien.
question everything. You know, that's where I'm at.
I love
Question everything. It's more fun that way too. That's what I'm saying. It's like Why would you want to believe that you're pond scum and a parasite on Earth? That existence sucks.
Yeah.
No wonder these people want to have they live in this death cult.
Yeah.
But so you're still kind of on like that whole 10th planet, Planet X culture that comes around every
He's a flat
3,000
earther.
years.
He just doesn't. He just doesn't want to admit
you've already been through that. Like you've
I've
already
already been
came
all
all
through that, yeah.
And you're not
That's why-
buying any of it anymore.
No.
I just like there. How when,
It's like imagine I have one of my students. His name is Zach. He's an awesome magician. I mean, he's been to my he's been the magician at my Christmas parties, and I'll hold his wrists, and then he'll do a card trick, and I'm like holding his jack. I'm like, how are you doing these crazy tricks? Like if I took that guy to a remote island with with like natives that live there, and they saw him, and I left him there, they would think he was a god, right? And I come
Or if you
I
just
come
took
back,
a cell phone.
yeah,
with it,
I come back 2 years later. After they all worshiping him, and after they're talking about how crazy, and I try to how long do you think it would take for me to convince them? This is like real shit that these are all tricks, right? It would take forever to convince anybody because he wouldn't do the tricks unless I wasn't around.
I'm starting to think
how
more
am I
and
going
more.
to prove it? How am I going to prove it?
What do you think? Do you bring up any conspiracy theories at all, or do you kind of make fun of each other with that?
You know what?
Like you should do it.
It's not like a conspiracy theory comedy show. It's not quite like that. It's what the thought behind it was.
But it is tinfoil hat comedy.
Yeah, but we sprinkle in conspiracy. It's hard to make conspiracy theories funny.
I don't think so. Right? Can I give you an idea right now?
Yeah, go for it.
All right, how about this for a skit? We get Eddie Bravo dressed up as an astronaut.
Well, this isn't a variety show. This isn't a sketch comedy show.
Hold on. Are you going to let me finish?
Okay, go ahead.
what are you, Carol Burnett? What
You
are we
can do a
doing?
YouTube video. You can do a YouTube video where you do this. Seriously, you'll love this. You get dressed up as an astronaut, all right?
Okay.
And you pretend you're out in space, right?
Okay.
And you just do your hair like the astronauts do it and just spike it straight up and just spike your hair straight up. And you're just like harnessed there like, yeah, I'm floating to the moon right now. And you can like pretend like you're talking to him down on Earth. And you can be like, what's wrong with your hair? Nothing. That's just the lack of gravity. But it's like literally just like straight up pointing.
Like those chicks on the ISS?
Well, no, they're not faking it, obviously. I'm just saying that would be part of your
Do
skit.
you believe that?
I'm just saying part of your skit.
You think there's an international space station floating out there for the last 20 years at going 17,000 miles an hour?
How about
I'm
them saying that
50-50.
the moon is in the Earth's atmosphere? Like it's like touching it. Like, come on, man.
Now it's in the atmosphere now.
It's just the ball. Like, and then you got Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Wait a second. Are you a flat earther now?
No,
Did this just happen in an hour?
No, what I'm telling you is like, I
You
don't
weren't even
trust
trying
anything
either.
NASA says. I say question it all. Question it all. Like, dude, I think Trump's done really great stuff. Question him on everything. On everything. Question you. Question me. Question it all. Don't just buy it. I mean, like, dude, there's so many things they say that don't add up and that they're just blatant BS. It's just ridiculous. Now the moon's in our atmosphere. Dude, you ever look into the moon and how shady the moon is?
I've looked at the surface of the moon.
Half the moon is shady.
Like the moon does, okay, the moon's like nothing else in the universe. It has a perfect orbit. It doesn't rotate. Why? It's like it doesn't make sense.
It's the
It's
exact
too big
same
to
face.
measure.
It's the same face no matter what.
Professor, the moon is made of cheese.
Okay.
No, I've seen. Here's what's crazy about it. I mean, I used to be really into telescopes, and I've seen the surface of the moon multiple times, multiple different lenses. I mean, it's definitely a dusty surface. I mean, at least
How do you know it's
unless you
dust?
think it's all hologram.
How about the fact that all the craters are the exact same depth? They're all.
well, how do we know that? Is
how,
that what they claim?
How do you know it's dust?
Well, it looks like dust. I mean, I've seen dust before.
Some,
I mean, you can.
There was a
you can
scientist who
look at
thought
the surface of the moon
Oh,
with a
look,
telescope. I mean, you
they're
can,
all the same length. There's none of them deeper, which probably means they hit something.
so all of this UFO disclosure, or I guess you might think it's fake disclosure, is coming out. What do you think about this? Because it's
They're
going
pre-
mainstream now.
Yeah, they're preparing. They're going hard with the fake alien invasion. They got to go now. Area 51. That if they don't use the fake alien invasion during that whatever raid they call it, they're blowing it because that's when
They called it off though.
Yeah, but just know they let that thing go forever, a raid Area 51, and immediately took down raid the Fed. Someone wanted to raid the Federal Reserve, and that lasted about 2 hours before that was taken off of Facebook.
It's been a pleasure, Sam Tripoli. Eddie Bravo, Tinfoil Hat Comedy Tour.
Thank
you. guys are awesome. It's been a blast.
I appreciate you.
And try not to fall off the edge of the flat earth on your way out of the studio. All right? But seriously, I want to see you upside down with a harness claiming you're on the moon or on the ISS. Either way, Eddie Bravo in
I need
space.
a green screen.
We said we were going to float around the planet in a hot air balloon. When are we going to do it?
History is written by those who dare to dream big, dream big, dream big, dream big. And do the impossible, do the impossible, the impossible, the impossible.
I don't know. They appear to be weightless, hitting 0G like the fearless crew of a forgotten Apollo mission, whose only objective was to obtain a beef and cheddar classic and return home to Kathleen Quinlan safe before sundown. I don't know. They appear to be weightless, hitting 0G like the fearless crew of a forgotten Apollo mission.
You did great. You did too, man.
They appear to be weightless, hitting 0G like the fearless crew of a forgotten Apollo mission. I don't know.
Oh, that fake news. You did great. You did too, man.
I don't know. They appear to be weightless, hitting 0G like the fearless crew of a forgotten Apollo mission.
History is written by those who dare to dream big and
The likes of which this world has never seen before.
A giant rocket, more than 300 feet, made of new metal alloys.
You want to think the world is flat? Go right ahead. But if you think the world is flat,
Well, sir, I think the simplest answer to that is we keep going. Whether it's the moon, an asteroid, Mars, sending unmanned robotic missions out to the moons of Saturn and Jupiter, the key is we're human beings and we got to keep on going. We got to dare to dream big, try to do the impossible.
Give me a break. This whole thing is the biggest fairy tale I've ever seen. This whole thing is the biggest fairy tale I've ever seen. This whole thing is the biggest fairy tale I've ever seen.